way.
That's another thing. People, I've even myself fell victim to this, line of thinking or line of thought.
Oh, absolutely. Me too.
It's not in my area. What can I do to make a difference? And it's not affecting me, so why should I care? But at the same time, every little bit could help. Something as simple as recycling or not dirtying up your immediate space, or like me, I'm going to try to quit smoking cigarettes again. Little things like that, on a grand scale, if everyone would do something little, could amount to
conscious of your own eating habits, conscious of those around you. Hold the door for somebody.
If you change your eating habits, they'll change their marketing practices, and then the healthier foods will become cheaper because that's what everyone wants.
Yeah, don't worry about if you got every latest system. Because if your house burnt down, you don't get replaced in that system. Half of us ain't even got homeowners insurance or renter's insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to fight them. They are giving. They're cutting everybody out. That's the whole thing about this healthcare plan. If the big government could stop paying for our healthcare, and I know that there's a big fight. We don't want government coming in and telling us what to do, but the states don't have money to take care of us in 2017 like they did in 1950 and shit, or even prior to that, before the Reserve Bank. They don't have it. So if the big government gives them this block plan and cuts us off, that's cutting, literally, people, that's cutting us off like a junkie. And we're going to go through withdrawal.
Yeah.
Metaphorical withdrawal. I'm not saying junkies are going to start going through withdrawal. I'm saying as a dependent state, all of us now, they made us that way. And now you have some guy, which sounds too good to be true, placing power back into the states, which, yes, we need to take that power back. But you cannot just pick and choose. Hold on, I'm getting ready to be a hypocrite. Okay. Like, I was going to say, you can't pick and choose what can and cannot. But when you're picking and choosing what we want to take back in our hands, and the allowment between, and that agreement and that common ground between federal government and state government, healthcare is one of them. Healthcare is something we all need, especially they're growing organs, and they're not thinking of us when they're growing those fucking organs.
No.
They're not thinking of us when they're regenerating teeth. They're not thinking of us when they're removing disease from the genes of a couple who has the money to come in there and ask for that. So their child isn't born defected. That's eugenics, you guys. That's eugenics beyond anything that you can even imagine. And that we are not a part of their plan. So I'm sorry.
Do you remember in the movie 300, where the children that were defected or deformed, they just threw off of the cliff?
Natural selection.
We're going to be those defected people thrown off of cliff.
Except for it won't be immediate death. It's going to be long. And if you are a Bible person and you really think keeping gays from in society is going to prolong the end of the world, as if that's some fight, if it's not a fight, it's laid out for you biblically. It tells you ain't going to win. Okay?
It is no longer
It's not a movie.
It was never a mental illness.
No.
But it's no longer considered a mental illness, and we're supposed to be moving forward.
And who do you think was the original? Alright, yo. Incest and gay and everything go hand in hand. So you can't say that you're all pure, because y'all, let me tell you something. And when you're faith followers, not y'all, I'm talking about people who follow religion, not faith. You don't even know how to think they don't even know how to think for themselves.
Yeah. But those are perversions that you see occur naturally with any species.
Yeah. Pheromones.
Yeah, it's just
nature.
It's nature. Yeah, it's a primal, more basic instinct, if for lack of a better word, that
to get off.
Everything has. Yeah, and
dominance.
We are supposed to be higher. You know what I mean? Higher into. We consider ourselves
highly intellectual.
Highly intellectual,
right?
But our actions speak louder than words. And most of your actions are stating otherwise.
And just because you guys can hide yours in a closet and have a sense of forgiveness every time you do something wrong doesn't make you exempt. And I'm saying this to
every time you smoke a cigarette.
Religious people, all religious. Anytime you fucking flirt with somebody, anytime you have a thought in your mind that is against anything that's morally in your foundation of faith or religion. Let's stop using faith, because I associate faith with believing something. Or get a divorce or whatever. I mean, seriously, there's people that were in the Bible fucking marrying their sisters. Abraham.
Yeah. So
raping women, having huge numbers of wives over and over to spread their seed. And if you really want to, I'm not going to get into it, but women, we're the ones who are not free. And if you think that women and being a feminist, because half of us don't want to grow up and then push out a shitload of babies all the time.
And be stuck at home, cleaning, cooking, stuck in baby
under
world.
The expectation, because even if you say you're equal with a woman, that's what you feel is equal. You work, she goes and does the house. Which it is. But you know what? In my experience, we clean together. And it's been 50-50 like that. In 2017, both parents have to work. Being a stay-at-home mom doesn't even really exist anymore. And if you are a stay-at-home mom, you really being left behind, because your dude's out there on a fucking airplane or fucking his secretary in his fucking office, and that's cliche.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong. And just because we decided, and if you have to go back into history, the first chick that smoked a cigarette or even wore pants was labeled a dyke.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't fit the mold. And it isn't that we give up our right to have children, or we're turning away from the home. That's what they use. Turning away from the family, turning away from the home. Not being
abandonment.
Feminizing the world with this women's equal rights and this gay equal rights.
Abandoning our duties.
And you're not.
No. And used to say what our duties are.
And most women only had babies because you died early.
Yeah.
Dude, you fucking died early. We don't die. Nowadays, everybody here, this girl, no, she was 43, just died. Jessica. Rest in peace. Everybody my age or older, or in between my age and like 47 is dying. Here in Fairmont. It's a big trend. In the past year, there's been 5.
Yeah, I know a couple of them.
I know a couple, and there's a few I didn't know. But I've been watching to see if there's a pattern. Something is fucking us up in this area. There's another area in the United States, and I can't remember, but it's right on the tip of my tongue, but you could Google it. All these kids had brain cancer and died. Same fucking area, back to back in a year's time.
Wow.
I think there's 5 of them.
Wow.
You want to tell me that just happens?
Yeah, that's a coincidence? No. Something is poisoning them. Probably some Aaron Brockovich shit.
Now look at all the... Yeah.
Yeah. A factory nearby poisoning them. Their water source or something.
And they got our land so fucking tainted. And they're probably storing fucking waste in our old mine shafts.
I heard them talking about dumping all that shit into our mines.
Not city council, but the county commission. Back in the wintertime, one of my first tapings there, that's what they were talking about. The one dude was like, let's put bees up there, let's do this, let's do a hemp field. And he's like, nah, let's just call this one company, we'll just put their waste up there. And they'll pay you. They'll give you kickbacks. You don't think having a bee pollination colony would give kickbacks? Not as much numbers as you want to see.
Yeah.
But the fucking bees is dying.
See? Money-hungry faggot. Sorry. That's my go-to word. Because it doesn't mean the same to me as it does to everybody else.
Yeah, it's more, well, that's what I mean about our generation. We did it to go against we were the ones that started breaking down the labels and the stereotypes. Because we didn't want to fall for that shit no more.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason. Most of the kids don't need a clique.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be having cliques. It's fun, but when you really think about it, it's really fucking gangs in New York, man. And they pushed us into those fucking hallway corners.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one wanted to integrate, so you got Chinatown. And it's cool. And then I heard someone say multiculturalism. is bad because Islamic people are taking over the world. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to listen to their laws. And I feel like if they go into another country, they can abide by their laws in their little clique, but we are going to go by whatever law is already in place. If I move to Europe, I'm going to go by the laws of Europe because I knew that going in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to go over there and be like, that's the same thing as a fucking crusade. They're both fucking dumb.
So,
now you got fucking monks slaughtering fuckers? What the fuck? I don't even know if that's a real story. I hope it ain't a real story. I hope it's just one of those false flaggy things.
Maybe it was just renegade.
Or just a fluke thing. But they've been pushing it hard. There's been several different reports. I think the Pope even addressed it or some shit.
Wow.
The Shylon monks going around and murdering the immigrants. It starts with an R. I could even be saying the wrong kind of monks, but there's these fucking monks over there running around killing the fucking immigrants that just got there.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to talk about and think about.
Yes. So, there you have it, folks.
You know, don't be listening to no diggity. You might be a psychopath.
Nah, fuck it. I'm going to listen to it anyway because I like it. I like all 4 songs that were mentioned in their own way, so whatever.
So then you must be a sociopath. I wonder what the psychopath test is.
Yeah, I'd like to take it.
Like, what the hell? We probably already taken it and we didn't even know. All right. Cool. Thank you for tuning in to 304 BB Hits.
Jim in the Mountain.
Peace out.